Hey everyone, welcome to Ghost Prime Transformers Reviews. Today we'll be taking a look at Earthrise Deluxe class Cliffjumper. Now this guy is very small for a Deluxe. He's the first Cliffjumper we've had that's been a sports car in quite some time, to my knowledge, or isn't a repaint of Bumblebee. He's his own mold. He's back as a mini-bot. He looks really good for what he is. He actually is pretty complex transformation. Now, when I say deluxe, he has a deluxe price point. This guy is 20 bucks. And you see how small he is. He is pretty tiny. I'll go over some comparisons in the review. But he is small. He does have some really nice engineering on him. And he's sort of for me, a must-have in my collection. Because I don't have a really good Cliffjumper. There really hasn't been one. So this is basically Hasbro knows where to hit us in our wallets, and they know how to do it. So the one thing about this guy is he is a parts former, which is something I am not super on board with. I think they could have done it a different way. However, he does look really nice. It would without the parts forming, it would have to be completely different engineering. But he's pretty decent. I don't think that the $20 price point was right for him. I think there should be another subclass in between Legends and Deluxe, where he's about $15, maybe $12, somewhere around there. $20 is steep. $20 is really steep for this little guy because he doesn't quite hold up to some of the other Deluxes. However, he looks beautiful. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. All right, and we're taking a look at the box first. So it comes in a standard Earthrise box. He has a nice image on the side here, which is a very nice rendered image of him holding his cannon. It's very nice. On the back, you have the pictures of him in robot mode. You have him in the I don't know what it is, the car mode, some type of car mode, or the car mode with the skis, and then the car mode with the cannon on top. On the side, you have the Earthrise logo image, and then on top, you have the War for Cybertron and Autobot symbol. Bottom is just words and stuff. All right, and inside you do get the little part of the map, which has a bunch of red on it until you decode it. And right there, it says Dead Universe, which I believe will probably be revealed in the TV series. He does come with a decoder. I have one already open. Decoder. And there's the inside of the packaging. You also get the instruction sheet. Again, the instruction sheet has nice, clear instructions on how to transform him into both modes. It shows you how to put the guns on, where you can put the different items, how to parts form him, transform him into a car, and into a snowmobile, or whatever that is. And of course you have the figure. And his weapon. Let's take a close look at the weapon. So this is the weapon all put together. It comes in sections. So these little two pieces here are separate. Guns split apart. Like so. And then you have this end piece on the back. Let's see if I get it in focus. I always have trouble with this. There we go. There's the back end piece. Took a minute to get it in focus. And of course the figure himself. Now he's got a really good looking head sculpt on this guy. So I get in close without getting it too blurry. Really nice looking head sculpt on this guy. Just a very decent head sculpt. Overall, I do like his detail. He's got some really nice detail on him. Just really, really nice detailing on this guy. I mean, God, camera focus. Really nice detailing. All right, so here is this little guy. So you see, he looks pretty decent. So what you could do with these guns, as you saw, they had a cannon. So each one of these guns is separate. They're separate pieces. They're separate pieces that you could actually use, and you could put one magazine on one side. Stick that in his hand, but the magazine flies out. I'll get to that shoulder issue in a minute. Two guns like this, and this little piece. So it's got like a little slot right here, right? It's a little tab. You can see it in there. I can never get this in focus because it doesn't like to. There is a slot on the side, and you just put that tab in the slot. And this is one of his battle modes. Which I honestly, I like the two guns. The bazooka's nice, but it's very hard for him to hold. I think this is cool. And of course, you can put the effects, the blast effects in there, and he has blast effects ports on him. He also has all the little 5mm pegs here and here. He has them under on his feet there, so, and on the back right there. So you can put some of the weaponizer guys on him. So there's a lot of playability, which is really cool. So in order to make the bazooka, take these all out, set them aside, take one of these right here, and you slide the other piece into the gun. Also be careful, because this thing over time, this paint on here will wear down, because it's a pretty tight fit. And you take this back part right here, peg that in like so, and then these two little pieces, they have this piece up top, and that slots into here on either side. And there you have his bazooka, which he could hold in either one of his hands, like so, which is just, it's a massive weapon. He could also hold it with both hands if you kind of turn it to the side a bit. And you got to take one of these either off or move it upside down, which is what I do. Twist that there. Right there. So I'll probably end up displaying them similar to this. So it looks pretty cool like this. It definitely looks pretty cool like this. And before we get into articulation, let's do some size comparisons. Here he is with GDO Cliffjumper. As you can see, much different size. Here he is with Sea Spray. Now, as you can tell, this is Legend Class Sea Spray. They are about the same size. They are about the same height. He's a chunky boy, and so is he. He has a lot more moving parts than he does, but as you can see, they are very, very, very similar in size. Here he is next to Generation 1 Cliffjumper. This is the pre-rub 1984 Cliffjumper. He is next to Leader Class Optimus Prime. So he does come up to a pretty decent height on Optimus Prime. He is definitely a mini bot, as you can see, so he does fit that really well. All right, and for articulation. So articulation, he has, his head is on a ball joint. You can see it kind of slightly inquisitive, if I can get the camera to focus. He has a slightly inquisitive look. His head is, oh, it's very tight on there, but it can go 360 degrees. His shoulder, 360 degrees out. He has biceps swivel. I could go 360, 90 degrees at the elbow. He has 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist. He has 360 degree waist rotation. Could do the full splits. Looks like about 90 degrees there at the knee. And of course, ankle tilting for the A pose look. So he could Roar! So overall articulation is pretty good. So, for transformation, first thing you should do is take the backpack off. Now, it should be noted that you could also put this backpack as a shield in one of his hands. Now, I think that looks kind of silly. That's my opinion. I think a window would make a terrible shield. But you take this little peg and fold that in. Leaves it just like that and set it aside. So that leaves him with this. Which also leaves a 5mm peg right there, so you could leave him like this if you wish to have no backpack on. So now, take his chest, open it up. You can move this piece out, close the chest, covers his face. His arms move up, out, these go out. His feet, now his feet have some cool transformations. So you move the doors open like this, and then straighten out the feet on either side. And you take his wheels just fold in like that. So this is pretty cool. So there's this whole piece in here. So I get in close. There's this whole piece that actually is his waist. His waist is actually way up here. It doesn't turn from down here. And that allows him to, you turn this whole thing around. So the hood's on the back side. And fold them. And as you fold them, move the other parts of the wheels where the arms are out. And make sure the arms are pointed down. Like this. Fold him in half. Take his arms, put them here, just all the way in the back. They kind of tab in there. If you have them straight, they tab in. There's little tabs inside there that they all tab in. Keep his fists, make sure they're like this together. And straight. And then there's a whole bunch of little tabs here, here, here. See if you can get in there here. And in the back doors. And this is actually tabs together really tightly. This whole piece kind of tabs together very tightly. You just kind of push all the tabs in. Kind of work them all in there. And kind of squeeze them all together. So you have this. Oh, here. There we go. I missed that tab. So you have like this, right? Cliffjumper without his back piece. Now this is why I think Bumblebee. They'll have a Bumblebee and they'll just have the same transformation because this could easily be a Volkswagen. And then you just take these two pegs and he holds onto them. And that snaps in with some little pegs in the front. Snap together. It stays on there really, really nicely. There he is in car mode. And of course, because there's a peg up here, there is a place to put his weapon. So what you do is you take his bazooka here. You take these pieces off the front of it. And then you take them long ways, stick them in the pegs in the holes in the back one. Like so. So it's like that. You gotta move this to the side. And like that. So you could drive along with a giant cannon on top. That's not too bad. It's pretty good. And he rolls really well. So that's all very good. And there's one more thing you could do with them. By taking apart his bazooka entirely. So you take this piece here. And it opens up. So there we go. It opens up like this. And then it goes under here. So you can see there's this peg here. And this goes into that peg hole. And then there's these two little pegs. And they fit right in there. So you just peg that in there like so. Peg these in the back. And that holds on really tightly. And then you take his little skis. And if you notice, there is right under the wheels there's a little slot. And you put that peg right into that slot. Either side. And you have his guns left over. Now for instructions, there is a slot on either side. If you look in the handle right there. And the instructions show them going that way. I believe on the back of the box it's different, but the instructions show them going this way, so this is the way I'm going to do it. And pieces pop off and just put them right back on again. And now you have his water ski, snowmobile sort of thing mode, jet ski mode. Let's get some comparisons going. Here he is next to Generation 1 Cliffjumper. Alright, here he is next to Earthrise Optimus Prime. So they scale together. Not too bad. And because I had him lying around closely, there he is next to the Mirage. And just for fun, Siege Starscream. And now for some final thoughts. And that was Earthrise Deluxe Class Cliffjumper. Now he has 3 different modes, 2.5 different modes. And he has this very long cannon. I don't think that makes up for just the size of this figure. He's a lot like the leader class figures where they give you those extra parts that are just not really necessary and charge more for it. He is, at his heart, a legend figure. He fits in incredibly well size-wise with the rest of the cast from Earthrise and Siege. He's got some really good engineering despite being a parts former. This thing coming off is a little loose on the back. I mean, it'll stay on, but, you know, I'm not super thrilled about that. This likes to come apart. But overall, I think he's a good figure. Now, if you want a nice, updated Generation 1 figure, I would say go ahead and pick this guy up if you see him at retail. Just be in for the shock of the small size. He is good. He looks great on the shelf if you're willing to put the money out. If you have another Cliffjumper that is suiting your needs and your classics, chug collection, or whatever you're collecting, then I would say just go with that one. However, I feel they're going to come out with a Bumblebee. And I think the Bumblebee will probably be similar to this one, in the fact that it's probably going to be the same. I'm guessing it's going to be the same engineering. It's a guess. I don't know, but it seems likely considering how decent this figure is actually in that. Good posability also. I could do without the cannon. So guys, please like, subscribe, hit that downvote button if you have to. I'll see you guys next time.